Assalamu alaikum. Today I thought I'll come on here and share about something I've been so confused about. So honestly, I remember when I was a teenager and we were learning about the Islamic months, and I think Zayn Bika had released his 12 months nasheed, and I loved it. Okay, I learned the Islamic months off by heart, and that was it, right? You're not really taught about the Islamic months. You're not really, I don't know, I don't bring them into my life. Over the last year, I've been thinking about it and I've been trying to make it a part of my life, and it's just not been working. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. But in May, I just paused because it was such a random month, right? I knew it was spring and I was getting into that spring vibe, and the hubbub was all about Easter at that point. But I was just like, okay, it's spring. Now, at the same time, it was yeah, I was looking at the Islamic calendar and it was like, oh, it's Dhul Qa'dah. And I was like, what's important about Dhul Qa'dah? And I remember asking like the high school girls as well. I was like, girls, do we know anything about Dhul Qa'dah? And actually, like from I think about 50 girls I asked, not many, not actually, they didn't know anything. And then when we spoke about it, and I mentioned it was like one of the four sacred months, after my own research, right, they were able to explain it a little bit more to me. But before that, they didn't have an idea either. So it really got me thinking, and it got me thinking about hold on, how do I really bring this in to my own life? So when I looked into Dhul Qa'dah in May, I was thinking, right now it's spring and it's also a month of stillness. Like Islamically, historically, all travel was stopped and it was all about pausing, reflecting, getting ready for the strenuous journey of Hajj. And even now, like you can't do Umrah during Dhul Qa'dah because they're preparing for the Hajis. So it makes so much sense. And I've actively tried to ensure I'm pausing, just enjoying nature, taking in the beauty of spring as well, and remembering Allah during those moments. And that's how I feel I've taken on that essence of Dhul Qa'dah this year. And then I'm thinking ahead into Dhul Hijjah, right? And this year it's falling in June. So what does that mean? Like, if I'm honest, for some it's yeah, okay, Hajj is taking place in a faraway country, and you might know somebody or you might go for Hajj. Yet Allah invites all of us, right? That's what I was thinking. Like, you don't need a passport to go to Hajj. This month, it's actually about Allah inviting us all back to Him. And when I thought about that, the penny dropped. And I was thinking, what am I going to let go of this month to ensure I'm becoming closer to Allah? So, you know, everybody celebrates the new year in January and they see the year end in December, like the whole world does. Even like the Middle Eastern countries, the Islamic countries, we don't really follow the Islamic calendar unless it's Ramadan, which is like the one month everybody hypes up over Instagram and TikTok. And because it is, there's the whole argument. That's something else for another day. But I was like, that's the month we do know about. And then we know it's Eid and people are sacrificing animals. But it's a bit more deeper than that as well, isn't it? I was thinking, if you're like a teenager, or even if you're a young adult, or even just us, right? What does it mean? What does that? It's more than just sacrificing a sheep. Like, what am I going to sacrifice in order to go back to Allah. Like Allah could have made Hajj at any point of the year. He could have done it in, I don't know, Rabiul Awwal or Rabiul Thani, Jamadil Ula, just somewhere. But instead, he chose to put it the 12th, the last month before the beginning of Muharram. And it was like, wow, like he even took an oath on the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. And it just shows how sacred they are and how beautiful they are. So, alongside the fasting, alongside the Qurbani, like, what are we going to do? What am I going to do personally to make sure I'm going back to Allah? I'm going back to Allah. We've had the hubbub of Ramadan and then it sort of trails off. So it's another point to renew intentions and to let go of something, to sacrifice something that we love so much in order to go back to Him. So what are you going to be letting go of in order to go back to Allah this month? That's the question. I'm going to ponder on that too. And I think one thing I am thinking of sacrificing is probably that hour before bed, which I have made into a habit again of watching a little bit of Friends. So, or some Netflix show. So instead of doing that, what am I going to do? That is one thing I think I am going to sacrifice in order to go back to Allah. Yeah. What are you going to do? Just tell me. Tell me in the comments. Or just journal on it, right? Because I'm going to journal on this tonight as well. Wow, that was quite. It's so good to talk about it. Like I, I'm loving this journey I'm going on recently. This becoming that identity I have of being a Muslimah, like embodying it and sharing it. I'm just so grateful. So yeah, join along and let's see what else we can do in Dhul Hijjah. And then I can't wait. Like now I'm excited thinking, oh, it's going to be July, not just summer, but it's going to be Muharram. So what am I going to do? Like it's so exciting. And I'm also putting together like a whole lot of, that's another story for another day, but I'm putting together things to share in my local madrasa so it comes out to the teenagers, because I remember that was the point I really struggled. So yeah, and even for us grown up ladies, it's so beautiful to take that with us of, hold on, this month I don't need a passport to go to Hajj, to go to Allah. I can return back to Allah from my own bedroom. So I pray this like enlightened you in some way. Um, or you took something away from it. That's all. So yeah, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Assalamu alaikum.